Hey everybody, it's Sarah, Less of Sarah. Decided to make a video today just to talk about a couple of videos, sort of as a video response to a couple of videos from this past week. But before I do that, I wanted to do a quick shout out to Dean VSG, that's DEAN VSG. Dean was my 300th subscriber on my channel. So although there's no prize, Dean, I'd say I would give you a shout out. I encourage you guys to check out Dean's channel. He is newly post-op and I enjoy watching his videos. They're very sort of real. I love subscribing to men who are on this journey on YouTube because I think it's just a different sort of perspective to what we talk about as ladies and how we approach our journey. And Dean is one of those guys who's just very straightforward about what's going on, and I think it's refreshing to see those videos. So I do encourage you to subscribe to Dean's channel. I can't believe we're over 300 subscribers already. It's kind of crazy, but thank you all for subscribing and following along with my journey and all of your comments and support. The other thing is sort of related to what I'm talking about today, but remember that tonight is the second episode of the Renew show. If you haven't heard about Renew, I will put a link below to the show, as well as a link to Dean's channel as well. Renew's show was started by Khalif from FatGuySkinnyWallet, and it also features Rob Reno and Julie Wilson. It is a show for the entire weight loss community, whether you've had surgery or not. And it is a show that brings together the whole community, and every week they'll have a different guest on talking about their weight loss journey. Last week was the very first episode, just introducing the host, and it was great, so I encourage you guys to check it out. It is a live stream, and then you can also catch it later on, and I'm probably going to mess this up. I believe that it's at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's either 9 or 9:30, but if you go to the Renew show link that I'm going to post below, then you can check it out. If you miss it, you can always just watch it on the channel, just like any other video. So definitely go ahead and do that. So the video response that I wanted to make today is both to a video that thesleevedsinger made, and a bunch of people have responded to as well, about your breaking point when it comes to weight loss surgery. So basically, what caused you to want to have weight loss surgery, or to make your decision to have surgery? What was that last straw? And also a video, or a series of videos, that Khalif, FatGuySkinnyWallet, made this week, talking about why he chose not to have weight loss surgery, and also his feelings on surgery and people who have weight loss surgery as well. All of those videos are very good, I think important videos to watch. Again, I'll link them below if you haven't had a chance to check them out. What I wanted to talk about is related to both in a way, because it's related to something that thesleevedsinger had said in her video, and Khalif also picked up on in one of his videos. And I don't necessarily disagree with them, but I wanted to kind of bring a different, I guess, perspective or viewpoint to the same issue. So one of the things that thesleevedsinger had said in her video was that she really feels that weight loss surgery is it should be your last resort, basically. So you should have had dieted, and done everything you can to lose weight. And then if that's not working, then you can consider weight loss surgery. And Khalif also sort of brought up the same idea, that he feels that weight loss surgery should be a last resort, and that it really isn't appropriate for someone who hasn't tried to lose weight in other methods to just decide to have surgery without, I guess trying I don't know what we're calling it these days, the old-fashioned way, the regular, I don't know, the diet and exercise without surgery way. And again, I am not disagreeing with them, but I wanted to share my personal kind of, I guess, journey to surgery, and talk about why it was not really in line with that. If you've watched my videos before, I called this my confession. It's not really a confession. I've talked about it before, and I'm also not trying to hide it. But I'm not a serial dieter. I haven't been on 8,000 diets in my life. I haven't tried every diet out there. But I had surgery anyway. So how did I justify that to myself? I can say I've probably been on, I won't even say it that way. I've lost, more than a few pounds. So let's say 20 plus pounds, basically 3 times in my life. Once when I was a teenager, and that was completely in the worst way possible, basically from having an eating disorder. That was the only way to describe it. And then twice later on, after I met my husband, so let's say 10 to 13 years ago, there were a couple of times I lost weight, once on Atkins and once through just sort of changing my diet and going to the gym more, working out. None of those times were severe. The most weight I lost at any one point was 40 pounds. And considering that I was always like 250 pounds plus at that point, that's not a huge amount. Why did I fail at those diets? Who knows? Lack of willpower, not being able to stick to the diet. Ultimately because I was hungry. Hunger was my kryptonite, I guess, when it came to losing weight. Just insatiable hunger, constant hunger, not being able to feel full. All of that was a big issue for me. I'm not actually a food addict. And I think that a lot of people say that they are addicted to food without really knowing what that is. And Khalif actually had a really good explanation as well of what a food addiction is. A food addiction isn't about being hungry. And it isn't about just overeating. It's about literally changing your life and building your life around food and binging. And so a lot of us who may think that we have a food addiction, that's not exactly what it is. It's important to make that distinction because it's about getting your head right as well. And if you are aware of exactly what your issues are, then that's helpful for sure. So that's not my problem. My problem was just literally eating too much and eating the wrong things, obviously. And that's how I got to 450 plus pounds. And the question is, when you get to 450 plus pounds, is it really important to have done every diet out there? I don't know. Because for me, I didn't have a huge, I guess, epiphany that I needed to lose weight. I've seen so many heartfelt and beautiful and honest videos on the topic of, their weight loss surgery breaking point this week. And I hesitated. I really didn't want to make a video because I don't have that. Just being 100% real and honest, I didn't have a point where I had a breakdown and said, oh my God, I'm too fat. I mean, I always knew that I was too fat and I knew that I needed to do something about it, but I just didn't have the motivation to do it. And there wasn't any one point at which I thought, oh my God, I need to do this. It was literally years of things sort of building and I just got tired. I just got tired of dealing with morbid obesity every day of my life. There was no big health issue. There was no big epiphany. I just thought, okay, yeah, it's probably time to do something about this. But when I was trying to make that decision about having surgery, it never crossed my mind that maybe I should try one more time to do it the old-fashioned way. Because in my mind, especially the type of surgery that I had with a VSG, there's no malabsorptive part of that surgery. So you are losing weight strictly because you're eating less, because you have a smaller stomach, and hopefully because you are exercising, moving your body. I didn't think of that as somehow like cheating or, I just thought of it as a tool that would help with my issue specifically, which was that extreme hunger and that lack of fullness. And it doesn't help with every issue. It doesn't help that I want to eat carbs and all that other stuff. But, it's it's not meant to be a magic bullet. It's meant to be a tool, and it doesn't help with every single aspect. There's a lot of mental work that you have to do as a weight loss surgery patient. And I knew that mentally I was in a place where I was prepared. And maybe that made part of the difference. But it never crossed my mind that I should try one more time. I had tried before. I had gotten to almost 35 years old and was 450 pounds plus. And I really didn't feel like I needed to keep trying. I felt like, how long do I need to wait to get this done? What needs to happen? How many more trips to the park where I can't really play with my kids do I have to have? How many more times do I have to physically not fit somewhere? How many more times do I have to be stared at in public? How many more of those times have to happen for me to be in the right place to have surgery? So it's not that I disagree with what Sleeve Singer and what Khalif had to say, but from my point of view, I don't know that it does need to be your last resort. I think everyone is different. Everyone's journey is different. Whether you have 50 pounds to lose or 300 pounds to lose, if you're at the point where you feel surgery is the right thing for you and you have really thought about it, if it's about looking better, if it's about, for some people, weight loss surgery isn't the easy way out, but for some people, they feel like it will be the easy way out. And those are the people that I think are having surgery for the wrong reasons and the ones that are most prone to failure. Because you need to know that it's not easy, that basically what I have to do to lose weight is exactly what Khalif or anyone else who is doing their weight loss journey without surgery has to do. I have to eat less. I have to eat better. I have to move my body more. Surgery doesn't change that. I can't just sit around and eat what I used to eat and think that surgery is going to help, because it won't. That's not going to make me successful. The reason why this surgery is going to help is that while I have the chance to build those tools and those good habits, the surgery helps me to control myself. And helps me to stay on the right path. And once that restriction goes, once my hunger comes back, I will have those good habits to fall back on. And that's really what the surgery does, or at least what the VSG does, is it's a tool to help you build those healthy lifestyle habits so that you can carry them on when the surgery stops not working, but being as effective as a weight loss tool. And that will happen, and you need to be realistic with yourself. It's not a long-term fix. You need to be vigilant every day, every step of your journey. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't have that breaking point, and I didn't feel like I needed to keep trying. I felt like at 450 pounds, that surgery was going to be the best option for me, and that I didn't want to waste any more time trying different things. Whether it was 3 months or a year or 2 years of trying, I had already waited long enough. And so I guess I just wanted to make that video today, again, not to diminish what they said, because I do agree that in a lot of cases it is important for you to examine other options, but that there are some of us out there that just aren't in a position where we can wait any longer, where we can waffle about the idea of having surgery, where we can wait until we've tried everything out there and until we've gained and lost however many pounds. I do believe that there was a reason that I didn't have any health problems, even, despite the fact that obviously I was just turning 35 and, those problems are probably very close to happening. But there's certainly people who are younger than I am and less and have less weight to lose than I did that dealt with all sorts of problems. One of the reasons I think I didn't have as many was because I didn't yo-yo diet. I didn't do the up and down weight loss thing. The last thing that I'm going to say is basically this. I am a very logical person. I work on numbers, on research. That's how I justify things to myself. When you look at the numbers, and this is purely mathematical, the stats on weight loss, losing a significant amount of weight, let's say 50 pounds plus, and keeping it off for 5 years, the success rate is less than 2%. So less than 2% of people who lose 50 pounds will keep it off for 5 years or more. When you're talking about losing 200 pounds or 250 pounds like I have to, or had to, the statistic is probably like 0.2%. Statistics for weight loss surgery, to be honest, I don't know that those statistics really exist, because there are a lot of people who have a regain and that sort of thing. But let's just say, and I'm just putting this out there, that it's 50%. 50% of people who have weight loss surgery will lose 50 pounds or more and keep it off for 5 years. And honestly, I think it's more than that. But even if we use 50%, even if we used 25%, 25% or 50% versus 2% is a no-brainer to me. No-brainer. Are there risks involved with surgery? Sure, there are. There's risks involved with losing weight without surgery, though. Both take an extreme toll on your body, to be honest. So, do I regret having surgery? Not at all. Do I regret not waiting longer to have it? No. Do I regret not trying one more time? Absolutely not. I knew that I was in the place mentally where I was ready to accept the change that surgery would bring to my life, and I didn't feel I needed to prove to anyone that I was ready for it. I don't ever feel the need to justify why I had surgery, and I'm not making this video either to justify it, but I just, like I said, wanted to present a different viewpoint as far as how to decide whether you're ready to have weight loss surgery, and whether weight loss surgery really does need to be your last resort, or whether you can make an educated decision that surgery is going to be a useful tool in your weight loss arsenal. So I will see you guys on Friday for my 13-week/3-month update. Until then, remember to appreciate every step in your journey.